Please say 130.
67 kilos 2 weeks out.
How close is he gonna get to that 670?
Now we're about 10 days out. I should be normal. I'm starting to water load. So this is the start of the cut. Get about 144.
I am attempting one of the biggest cuts in the history of 2-hour weigh-ins for Powerlifting America Open Nationals. But first, we must ask, why am I doing this in the first place? So, about 2 years ago, I was competing in the 67 kilo weight class in the USAPL. I was starting to get really strong, and I realized that I actually out-totaled the world champion of the weight class below me, which was at the time Waskar, and that's the 59 kilo weight class, 129. Now, you're probably thinking the same thing that I did, which is, why does that matter if I weigh 10 kilos or 20 pounds more than that weight class? It doesn't matter if I can total 2 kilos more than him because I'm super heavy. I kept training, I continued to improve, and I was actually talking to a friend, and I was like, hey, you know, I actually total more than the weight class below me, like, should I make the cut? And they said, you know, no way that you could make the cut and maintain the strength, like, it's just not possible. But I kept thinking about it, and I was talking to them, and I was like, hey, you know, apparently Waskar sits at 64 to 70 kilos in the off season. You know, that's about what I sit at. I sit at about 67. So who's to say that I can't do this as well? So if I was almost the same weight as him, couldn't I make an intense cut and possibly out-total him? That was the question. At the time, he was head and shoulders above the rest of the field. So what I thought about it is, if I could beat him, I would just get a straight line to Sheffield. If I could beat that guy at Nationals, then it's home stretch. Everyone that I brought it up to said it was a bit of a stretch, and rightfully so. But I couldn't get that idea out of my head.
God, we should walk away from this.
Hold on. If I were to do this, if I even could do it, I'd need a guarantee. How do I know you can deliver?
You don't. But I can.
So as my training total started to get into the 680s, which was at the time 40 kilos above the best 59, I realized, you know, why the heck not? Let's just go for it, you know? Why not take the risk, maybe fail, let's just do it. It's pretty rare that an opportunity like that comes around, so why not? What I didn't expect was how difficult and how painful it actually would be. Okay, so the day is Tuesday. We just flew in from Houston to Reno.
So, as you can see, we're in the mountains.
Weight is good. Weight is already down, which I'm water loading right now and sodium loading, so it should be up a little higher, but it's already down below my normal training weight. So I'm not going to tell you exactly what that weight is. I'm going to just gatekeep it so that nobody can really know what my body weight is and how it affects my meet performance, if it goes well or bad. But we'll see. I think I'm feeling actually really good. At the gym today, I felt great. I don't even know how, because I was sitting on the plane for like 6 hours, and I also had nothing but ice cream and protein shakes all day, so everything's looking pretty good.
Good, we made it.
Made it where?
To Tahoe. We're in South Lake Tahoe right now.
Let's see the mountains. It's kind of hard to see.
The casino.
Yes.
Try to make our money back from the rental car.
So the day before the meet, we have all the time in the world, so we're here to turn 50 into 150. Another funny thing is actually casinos. Casinos, they pump oxygen into the room so that you feel more comfortable. So because we're competing in a casino, I should feel good the whole meet. Right? Let's go with someone.
Just stand, just stand, just stand.
You butt.
I couldn't video at the table because that's illegal or something, but we turned 35 into 200 in 5 minutes using the luck of the lucky quarter. So we're up today. We're not going to use this. We're just going to save it because we're having to recuperate a lot of our costs. But this is my secret, my protein shake with the least amount of weight. This is going to be 102 grams of protein and like 900 calories, maybe 1,000 calories. You want a lot of powder to keep the water weight and sodium low, and then the olive oil for the fats. So, get a little bit of syrup. And we're just eyeballing everything, really. Because what's the difference, you know? What's 5 grams of olive oil going to do to you one day out? There it is. Taste test. Very good. But that's all I have for the rest of the day. Pretty much just that and 12 ounces of water and then sauna. That's the beautiful thing about this, is that you can eat in a surplus and just sauna the water out. So people that cut body weight, they just don't know what they're doing. It's 8 a.m. That means we're 5 hours out from weigh-ins, and I'm already extremely low. Like, I'm not going to tell you numbers, but I'm 1 pound lower than I was the morning of my last meet. So this should be pretty good. And hopefully the sauna doesn't break, so. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
So, it's not too much. First session, here we go. So, what does this say? It's up to 144. When I said it's about 170, it's hot enough. It's good enough. Barely hot enough, but it's good. We're making it little by little. I feel actually really good considering how low I am. And I mean, I'm doing a lot better than last time. Last time was pretty intense. Like getting up to 9 out of 10 uncomfortable. This is like 6 so far. So besides the cramping esophagus, I'm doing pretty well. Your esophagus actually cramps when you do too much spitting, and your sodium is so low. So I've learned to do a little bit less spitting over time. Anytime you feel lightheaded, just get somebody to film you, because then it becomes performative, and then your lightheadedness goes away. Oh wow, that's pretty good. You ready? Mm-hmm. Okay. These are with my shorts on too, so this should be helpful. So. Not a very steady floor.
Okay, here is where we had some things go wrong. First of all, it started getting very painful and uncomfortable, so I quit videoing because it was too difficult for me to focus on anything else. Then we had to leave the sauna because I accidentally reserved it for only 1 time slot, so we had to leave. But thankfully, there was a sauna at the casino. Only downside was that it was super hot and it made my cramps and my nausea worse.
Easily made weight, no problem at all, 58.74. And we're not even done refeeding, but we're gonna check in on how we're doing. Okay, so there we go, back up to training weight just like that. Just took 1 hour.
The biggest thing that I learned from Pat was you have to get the blood flowing like throughout the refeed, right? The water and all the fluids go into your stomach, and then you have to get those fluids from your stomach into your muscles. So do the air squats, do the push-ups, do the band pull-aparts, whatever. So that went really well, and I actually felt pretty good on squat. The thing is, I don't think I got enough blood into my back, so although it looked really fast, it didn't feel great. So I took 225, didn't feel super strong, so we only went up to 230. And then on 230, it was actually really fast, but I leaned a little bit forward, and I missed on depth. And I know that's been my thing, is always like squatting high, and that's like, I've always said that I've never missed on depth, so like I can like say whatever I want. Now I guess I can't say that anymore. But anyways, the biggest takeaway from squat is that I was good for, I think, 235, which is what I need for the world record. So I think it translated really well, and that's important. Yeah, it turns out eggs are $10 in California. Don't ever live here. Training translated to the platform. That's the biggest win. Because if I can squat, 235, 237 to depth in training, I know I could put it on the platform according to previous data. So that's the biggest win. Bench. Bench is a huge win for me because, it was just going so terribly. Like, I almost failed 120 at my last competition, and we were actually able to put 125 on the platform with the new sync. So, huge win there. Okay, so deadlift. Deadlift always goes well. No complaints. Deadlift felt good from the beginning. We pretty much have the taper figured out. We've run the same taper for the last 4 competitions, very successful. We were trying to not fail on positioning like my last competition. Last competition I took 305, just got flexed, got out of position, and I just couldn't do it. So this time I was very cognizant of staying extended, staying in position and not failing. So we just took a safe, like 294 for the second to just break the record, and then we're like, let's just load like 300. Even though we've hit it, 10 times, we're just gonna do something safe. And it moved super easy. The biggest thing is we think 310 was there, and 310, that's the number I need for the world record. 235, 125, 310. So all the pieces were there today. That's the thing that I'm happiest about. There were some things that went wrong, but definitely a lot of wins across the board. So yeah, great day. And I think the talking was good. I like talking a little trash. I like making it fun. I come from a football background, so in football, I played receiver and cornerback, so it'd always be like, you're talking with your buddies and you're like, you can't guard me. It's like, yeah, I can. Or you can't guard me. Like, let's go test it right now. Let's do one-on-ones. Let's go. And then we go and we run the one-on-ones, and whoever wins, then trash talk is over. And then, you dap up and you're still buddies. So I'm going to keep talking trash all the other 59s. But it's not because of, I hate them or anything. It's just because I love competition. I love competing. I love reaching new heights. And I think that that's what's propelling the 59 kilo class right now, is that competition, that drive, So I'm excited. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Anyway, it's beautiful here. I'm going to show you the scenery. This is the backyard. It's a beautiful, snowy day. Which the boys are going skiing. I'm not going with them. But yeah, it's nice out here.